and we are enjoying. We are going to the lake. Yesterday we had the pizza in a restaurant. It was good.
So you're working in the high school, right? Public high school?
I'm working in a secondary school. So I have students from 14 till 18 years of age.
Yeah, I think so.
Secondary school.
Same thing here. Some high school, they're still on vacation, but some schools, they already go back to their schools because they have long winter vacation. In their summer vacation, it's just only 2 weeks.
And students in South Korea can study even when it's very warm. Because here in Italy in summer, it's too warm and people don't study very well because, for example, in uni or in September, when it's very warm, it's very difficult to teach young boys. Because when it's warm, they don't concentrate, they don't study, they want to go outside. It's very difficult. This is why all the schools are closed
I see.
in the summer. Maybe by you have air conditioning in the school
Yes.
in South Korea.
Schools, they have air conditioners, so that's why they usually have classes even though if it's summer. Even the academy is still open. They only have 1 week vacation.
Okay. Yes, because here in Italy, all the school have heating, so in the winter it's no problem. But I don't know why they don't have air conditioning. So when it's hot, it's impossible to in schools.
Because
No school.
in South Korea, our aircon, it's two types because they can use for heating and also air condition. So you just change the settings.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's very
So
interesting.
in homes we have these air conditioners too. But at school we just have radiators, so steel radiator, and they just do heating, but they can't do conditioning. Yes. I don't know why, but in Italy, even new schools, no school have air conditioning. And you can imagine how hot it is in the room because it's already warm outside. Then when 20 people are in the same room, they develops a lot of heat. So it becomes really impossible to
That's
teach and
right.
to...
But if it's winter, it's okay because if it's cold outside and many people in the classroom, it become more hot, right? Because of the body temperature.
Yes, in winter it's very good because
Yeah. Yes.
when you are all together, it's warm and you are
That's right.
comfortable in winter.
That's right. Same thing in the Philippines. If it's really hot, because we only have two seasons, hot season and rainy season. When if it's really hot, people can study English. So students can study English. They just go outside and they bring their books and yes, they only study outside because even though have air cons, doesn't work because of the temperature, sometimes 44 degrees Celsius. So hot. Oh my God. It's like you're suffocated inside the classroom.
It's impossible when it's so hot.
Yeah. And it's so dry when it's hot. You feel like burning. Oh my God. Doesn't work. I experienced before. Our students went outside because we couldn't study in the classroom. It was so hot, even though there's aircon.
And now you started with your school. You started again.
You mean my own business?
No, where you're working in the school. You started
Yeah, it's
again.
okay.
So you.
Still,
And,
it's okay. But sometimes when it's too hot outside and then you always turning on the aircon, that people might you sometimes catch a cold.
it's too
Yeah,
cold.
yeah, because of the aircon, always turning on the aircon. So
And
last time,
sometimes, tell me.
yeah, that's why 2 days ago I canceled all of my classes because I lost my voice. I can't, yeah, I caught a cold because of the hot weather, always turning on the aircon. Oh, we have new.
Do you sometimes?
Go ahead. Sometimes.
Do you sometimes go outside with your students and
No.
teach them outside in under a tree or here?
No, not here. Not here. We don't. But in the kindergarten, they usually have outdoor activities. They have, but in my working place right now, no, we don't, because most of the time just in the academy. Okay, we have new visitor, Annie. Welcome back, Annie. Long time no see.
Yeah, that's true. Can you hear me?
Sure, we can hear you. What?
Oh,
Yes. What did you do? It's quite a long time. I think 2 months. Yes.
yeah. I was visited my homeland, by the way. I go homesick. So I went to my hometown,
Where?
spend time in Bali because I was born in there. Yeah.
Oh.
I live in different island.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Borneo. It was kind of weird holiday because usually people when they go on holiday they take pictures, kind of taking a lot of recording. But for me, I just went for digital detox, completely away from my phone, just enjoy the company with my relatives. I didn't even remember to take a picture with them at all.
Because usually people, when they go on vacation, they want to
Yeah.
collect memories. So taking pictures everywhere and videos. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. I think we're only three today because it's
That's what.
Monday and people yeah, they're working busy. Yes.
The
Anyway,
question
Maybe
came.
you didn't post.
I didn't. I posted yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I extend. Supposed to be my meeting was yesterday, right? So I edited my post, the event section, that the meeting will be today. Yeah, I think they're working, so people are busy and no time for speaking practice. And also,
Maybe they didn't understand that
you didn't understand.
maybe they didn't understand that it was today.
Because I said I have to postpone, and I also edited the time zone. Anyway, and also the today's Monday task. Do you understand? I already shared. I just posted in my another account and just shared in the group. It's about reading out loud, reading the poem. Have you seen,
I didn't know
Marco?
that.
Have you seen?
Not yet.
No, I didn't see it
You didn't see it?
because
You check our group. You can see my videos. I mean, my another account, Annalise Rodriguez Annalise, because I am mostly active in that account. This account I don't really check. I only post my meetings.
okay.
You can
One
see.
moment, I try to find. I can't see, no. One
I
moment.
actually pinned in the in the group, so people.
Now I'm in Rodriguez Annalise, but I can't see the thing.
Oh, really? You can see the videos? Aha.
No.
I think people might understand. So I have to post in this account because I posted in my another account because my computer didn't work, and then I just fixed it today. And I worried maybe it's still not working. So I just posted in my another Facebook account.
Yeah, because now I'm in your other account, but I can't see the
videos.
Yeah.
Okay, then I have to share again.
Yes, now reading out loud, still I rise.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see it now?
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah, that is for today's Monday task. I think I have to comment under my post using this account so people will know it.
Yes.
Okay. Wang, good evening, Wang. Welcome back.
Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, nice to see you. Yeah.
Good to see you again, Wang. How are you doing today?
I'm doing, but not as good as you.
Oh, thank you. I just finished actually my online class with my student, and after my online class I also have my phone session, but I canceled it because of our meeting. Oh my god, so busy. Anyway, we can start now, guys. We are in question number 3. Question number 3. You see the question? Let me see. Hold on. Let me copy and paste. Question number 3. What is that? What challenges do people face when adjusting to a new work culture? I will send in the chat so you can read it. Hold on, please. Okay. Yeah, there you go, guys. Number 3 question. What challenges that people face when adjusting to a new work culture? Let's move on to Marco first.
Yes, the big challenge is that working abroad, the working conditions, the working methodology is different. So you have to adapt to a new working conditions. If you work in the same manner that you work in your country, it's not good because usually when you go abroad, they work in a different way. And you have, I think, initially observe how they work and then try to copy their style of working. Yes, and the big challenge is that often there are different conditions and you are not used to them. So you have to learn new new works, a new typology of working. Thanks.
Yes, and also the communication, right? Communication barrier, especially if that country is a non-speaking English country. So sometimes you also have struggle to communicate with your co-workmates or your bosses.
Yes,
Especially
this is the biggest challenge for sure.
they don't speak English, especially here in South Korea. Many foreigners work here in South Korea, and their bosses, their co-workmates, let's see, if they're Koreans, they don't really speak English. So it's quite challenging for foreigners. They have to learn Korean before coming here, at least basic Korean. They can speak just basic. Otherwise, they're always struggling to communicate with them. How about Annie? What do you think, number 3?
What challenges do people face when adjusting to a new work culture? Of course, and in this question already mentioned about the culture. I think the first thing about this is about culture shock. It's definitely, even though I'm not working abroad, but I can picturing myself when I was moved to another island to continue my study. Of course, culture shock is the first thing that I have to consider about. Also about the language, basically, the language, to understand the local language, and also the do's and the don'ts when we entering different environment, and also the custom, what's going on in there, because otherwise you're gonna kind of like a fish out of water. So we have to understand what's going on in there. So what their habit, people. Let's see, when people move to the UK, like queuing is just kind of the must be done it in that culture. So we cannot kind of interrupt other people while they stand in line, and we have to respect their culture. And we have so basically means when in Rome, do as Romans do. So we have to, uphold the custom in there.
Yes, you should follow, right? Because it's not your country. Otherwise, you might have in trouble, right? Especially if you are a foreigner in the country. Okay, moving on to Wang. What about you, Wang? Number 3 question.
Well, let me look at this question. I think when you walk into a new environment, you need always to adjust, because I remember that when I was in China, I worked in a toy factory, and we make toys. But then I had a chance to go abroad, and then I work in a construction site. It's completely different. And we will need to see our surroundings. There's rivers, there's the grass field, and we need to bulldoze it to the level ground. And then our colleague is building their own house with the concrete block. So it's a very simple block, and with the galvanized tile for the roof. So and we don't have air conditioning at that time. When it comes, it's quite cool, so we don't need air conditioning. But it's actually very hot. But I need to like adjust to this environment, and also the colleagues or co-workers are from different places and not my familiar friends. So I try to make a friend with them. They are also from China, and also we have some local workers. So we also have to speak English with the local works there. So it's sometimes you need adjustment.
That's
The
right.
dialect we cannot understand, so we ask them to slow down. That's it. Thank
you. And you know what? Here in South Korea, if you're working, always pali pali. Pali pali means hurry, hurry, hurry up quickly. You have to do it quickly. You have to finish quickly. And yes, I can see, especially some of my friends, they're working in the company like factories. Yes, they don't really have this break because they're very conscious to the time, because they got paid by time. So that's why always their boss, pali, 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 do it quickly. And no cell phone. You cannot, other countries that, well, you're working, keep checking your cell phone, right? No, you're not allowed. At least just only during lunch break. You can check your phone, but during working time, we're not allowed to use phones. It's very strict. Okay, moving on to number 4. Can you read, Marco, number 4?
So, how can learning the local language help you in your job abroad? Well, I think this is essential because if you work abroad in a company where the people are from your same country, you don't need to speak the foreign language. For example, when I worked in Germany, for the first 3 months, I was in an Italian restaurant. So I didn't need to speak other languages because my co-workers were Italian. But then I changed work and I was in contact with German people, and then it's essential. So at the beginning, it's a very strange sensation because it's like you are in a new world where everything speak this strange language that you don't understand. And it's not just 1 hour or 2, like, for example, when we're studying a new language. It's the whole day, the whole week, you are in this new world where the language is completely a strange thing that you can speak and you can't understand. So yes, if you work abroad, it's essential that you can communicate fluently. And it's especially important if you want to make friendships and relationships with other people, because if you have trouble communicating, it's very difficult to make friendship.
That's right. You should know how to get along with your co-workmates, right? Build a rapport, good communication, relationship with them. You should also follow the rules because you are a stranger in that place. And let's see if you are a novice, so you don't have any ideas. Just you're like a baby, always following them first because you don't know, right? How about Annie? What you can say?
I think in general we're having the same page in this case, because language is the key. Because you know what, language. Why we using language? Because we want to communicate with others. This is a tool to get the relationship with others, to get contact with others. And without knowing the language, the local one where we live in or where we staying, I think it's going to be harder because communication is the key in whatever approach you use it. Let's see, when maybe you have like teamwork, if you didn't understand precisely what they're saying, it's going to be annoying for others. And you always asking to repeat again, what do you mean by that? It's kind of, it is kind of less effectiveness, less like the efficacy getting lesser because you spend your time to understand them. And it like takes time, So it is not become effective, your productivity getting kind of not 100%, and you're still like questioning, doubting what other people saying about this. But when you
what happened?
Your job, or maybe with your colleagues or whatever you deal with, I think communication is the key. That's it.
That's right. How can you build a good relationship if you don't know how to communicate, right? So, okay. What about Wang? Go ahead.
Language is quite important, especially you are doing your daily work. And when I remember I have some problem with my shoes. So I brought my shoes to the shoesmith, and he asked me when I wanted to be ready to be fixed. Then I told this shoesmith, I said, I said next week, but he totally misunderstood me because it must be in local language. It must be a silent T, so you should say next week. You should not say next week. Then he think I mean next 2 weeks. So when the next week I went there, I asked, "Did you get my shoes repaired?" He said, "You said after 2 weeks." I said, "Next week." I say, "We say next week." So it's some completely misunderstanding between two of us. So I think it's not good. And also, when I went to the stationery store and I want to buy 2 pens, but I put off 2 of pens. I don't know what wrong with me. I said 2 of pens. Then he gave me 12 pens. He says, I said only 2. So I don't know how could that be.
Misunderstanding.
Yeah, that's misunderstood. And also after September 11, that was a period of time after September 11 in US. The US, the US embassy, if you want to get a visa, you need to make an appointment, right? And then I make appointment for my boss to have an interview with the visa officer in the embassy. And then the embassy made a phone call to me and they said the appointment is made on the 20th of April. But I heard like 28th. So I told my boss it's 28th, but actually it's 20th. But I cannot make a difference because of where I hear the date. So I told my boss it's the 28th of April. So my boss went to the embassy and they say there's no such appointment. Then I realized I made a mistake in hearing the language. It must be the 20th. So my boss he went there 8 days later. Of course, he has no appointment with the visa officer. So we should be very careful. And we learned through the mistake. So next time, if they ask appointment is 20th or 28th, it's quite similar. As long as far as for my hearing, so I will stress it. I say, is that 20 or 28? Then I will know the actual date. So we got a lot to learn in the language. We always made mistakes in the first several years when we work abroad. Then we learned from our mistakes. So that's it. Thank you.
Yes, I also have experience when I couldn't speak Korean before, especially when I took a taxi. I always tell the driver, Kilchon, but my Korean pronunciation was weird and he couldn't understand me. I was really annoyed because I said, Kilchon, Kilchon, yo, Kilchon. But my pronunciation, he couldn't understand what I'm saying. So it was really frustrating because if they don't understand what you're saying and then you keep insisting that you have to go that place and the driver couldn't understand, it was very annoying. So yeah, I have to study also Korean as well. Even now, still sometimes taxi driver confused or misunderstanding what I'm saying because my Korean pronunciation is still strange. So
How long did it take for you to learn Korean? How many years?
Actually, I studied Korean, I think just only 2 years. And then after that, I started working. And then I just learned Korean through my surroundings, people around me. I didn't really study hard. But before, when I took my Korean citizenship, I tried to study hard, but that is more on Korean culture. But like communication, I didn't really learn. I just learned from my Korean friends because most of the time they speak to me in Korean. So I always listen to them and tried my best to communicate with them. So my Korean skills now is getting better. Yeah, I think maybe 60 or 70%. I can communicate with them. But before, oh my God, it was very hard for me. Especially, I didn't have friends. And when I listened to them, like blah, 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 I didn't understand what they're saying. So strange. But now, oh, I can communicate and I can go anywhere. Let's say I go shopping or take the bus by myself and talking on the phone. I can also handle it when I am doing transaction on the phone. So it's getting better now.
Is it completely different from your native language, or is, for example, like Italian and French that are similar between them?
No, it's completely different. Spanish and my native language, we have quite similar. I better understand Spanish, but Korean, it's totally different. But it's interesting when you learn Korean, especially the alphabet. It's quite easy if you are really studious, hard-working student. You can learn easily. But yeah, speaking or still reading, I just copy and paste, translate to their papago. I don't really read it in Korean. Whenever I receive message information, let's say from my daughter's school, I just copy and paste and translate to papago in English. I don't really read in Korean. Yeah, so that's why still my Korean reading still bad. The pronunciation. Okay, moving on. What is next? Number 6. How do you think working abroad? No, number 5, right?
5.
Okay, can you read number 5?
Yes. What types of jobs are popular among expatriates in your country? So the more typical work for foreign people is in the restaurants. Me too. When I went to Germany, the first job was in an Italian pizzeria, in a restaurant. And now in Italy, especially in the kitchens, all the workers are people from abroad. So it's very rare to find Italian that work in kitchen because they are hard works in the kitchen. In the restaurant is very warm. It's not so easy to work there. And restaurants are always looking for people to employ. And so it's the first job that foreigners find. And I have to say that in restaurants, they always need people because tourism here in Italy is very active. So there are a lot of pizzeria, restaurants, and so on, and they are always looking for personnel. So it's quite easy to find work in this sector. Other sectors, it's not so easy because they are not so rich. So tourism is a rich activity here in Italy. Other sectors are not so well.
Okay. Well, here in South Korea, nowadays, because parents really push their children to learn English, so teaching English to their foreign, yeah. So nowadays becoming more popular. And usually hagwons, like private academies, they usually hire the 6 native countries, United States, United Kingdom, let's see, London, or Canada, Australia, South Africa, Ireland, and yes, those countries, they really prioritize. They call it native speaking countries. They don't really include Philippines. So when you apply, like me, I am a Filipina. When I applied to a academy, first time, they just, because parents, they prefer like teacher who is from those countries. And but nowadays they considered it, especially if you're married to a Korean. But let's see, if you just directly from the Philippines and applying as an English teacher here, you don't really hired. They don't provide like flying tickets or your accommodation. No. But since, let's see, if the teacher already living in Korea and married to a foreigner and a Korean, already have a visa, so they don't need to provide the visa, right? So yeah, that time they considered it. Nowadays, yeah, it's getting famous nowadays as an English teacher working here in South Korea.
And what kind of accent they teach in South Korea? British English or American English?
We
Both
follow,
or just American?
we follow, usually they love American accent.
American.
So they follow American pronunciation accent. British, no, they don't, not really. Yeah. How about any? What jobs are popular?
What types of jobs are popular among expatriates?
Uh-huh.
In my, basically in my surrounding and my area, they are usually working relationship with mining company, and also in manufacturers like oil and gas, and also coal. But in Jakarta, probably in another area like my capital city, and they are usually English teachers, so many like English teachers, or probably another language as well, tourism, and also information technology as well.
IT.
But yes, IT. But in here, really outstanding, I mean, the really prominent one is in the mining company, like oil, gas, and coal in my place. That's it as far as I know.
I see. Okay, thanks for sharing. How about Wang, in your country?
Well, in my country, most foreigners I know are also language teachers. They could be from USA or could be from Great Britain or United Kingdom. And just as you have said, Filipino, that before they can get an English teacher job in China, but now it's quite hard for them to get a job in China to teach English. So they only want native speakers, and they prefer the white man. Even some guy is from UK, and he's a UK Chinese, and he speaks very good English. But when he got the Chinese, he has the Chinese look, so nobody believe he's a native speaker. So he has to he has to just lower his standard. So maybe some universities that is not very famous are going to hire him as a teacher, but for the better university, they're not going to hire him. So he's quite hard to find a job as an English teacher because he has a Chinese look.
Chinese look. I see. I
And
can.
also, and also we have some like machinery or engineering aspect, and so some expert from like from Europe or from America, they can have a role to play, and they can work here as an expert, especially for some pharmaceutical or for the machinery engineering, and also like supervisor when you the foreigners working in a shipyard, they will supervise the schedule and the quality of the products made in Chinese factory. So there are also a lot of foreign supervisor work in China or in the factory, stationed in factory, and also like the classification society for shipbuilding, maybe from GL or German Lloyd Classification Society, or LR, I mean the British Classification Society, and the Italian Classification Society for the shipbuilding standard and the supervision. They are also as a supervisor for the quality criteria. They are also here to, they have office here. So it's like some assistance for the manufacturing, or some like make judgment on the products. So that's also the popular job for the foreigners in China. That's thank.
Okay, Wang, I can see your cam. It's lying down. Can you see, guys?
Oh my God! I thought I am the one who see one picture.
Yes, you're lying down, Wang. I want to add your story, Wang, here in South Korea, because even though the teacher, some hagwons, some owners in the private academies, even though the teacher can't speak English well or can't teach English well, but she has this beautiful look, beautiful face like Western people, the owner really love it. Oh, I will hire you, because for the parents, attraction for the parents that, oh, she's a native, because when they see that she has long nose and white skin and blonde hair, they think that the teacher is from the Western country, even though can't speak English well, or can't teach English well.
Even he's from Czechoslovakia. Yeah, then he's okay. Even he's from Czech Republic.
Yeah, that's right.
They will hire him.
Or Russian or Kazakhstan, because they look totally different.
Or Ukraine.
Yeah, that's right. It's quite funny, just for only showing to parents. Political. Anyway, how about number 6 now? How do you think working abroad can enhance your career? Well, if you're working abroad, okay, go ahead, Marco.
Well, when I went abroad, I was thinking that working abroad would have helped my career. In reality, in my case, it doesn't help so much. But usually, working abroad is a good thing, because you have been in another country, so probably you can speak good the language. Then you can work good in teamwork, because you are used to work with other people, even if maybe they don't speak your same language. But in my case, it hasn't helped me so much, because I speak quite good German, but I never use it anymore in my life. But usually I think it's a good to write in your curriculum vitae. So it should help when you apply for a job, and it could be useful. But then I think we can't generalize. Every case goes on his own. But for sure, it's a good thing to write on your curriculum and to make other people know that you have in another country.
And also it can enhance your skills and your professionals connections. Now I'm working in South Korea, right? So I gain a lot of experience. And yeah, I develop my skills, especially in teaching language. Before, when I was in the Philippines, I didn't really like to become a teacher. My course was hotel and restaurant management. That was my major before, because I didn't want to become a teacher when I was in the Philippines. I can see, oh, it's so hard working job. I don't want to teach. You have to make the report and students evaluation and lesson plan. But when I came to South Korea, I worked in the hotel before, and I felt so so tiring for me, because you have to work long hours and Monday to Saturday. And when I changed my career as an English teacher, I found that English teacher is very nice, because I can only work short time. I still have enough time for myself, my family. I only work 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, and not whole day. Let's see, just 4 hours or 5 hours, but I can still earn money. The same thing if I'm working as a full-time worker in the working in the hotel. So I changed my career. Now, since that time, my friend called me, Lynn, you want to work in the kindergarten? I don't have experience. It's okay, I will teach you. And then, because I met her in that kind of center, we took a kind of license for teaching elementary after school. And then she called me. Since that time, I started 2016, and I didn't change my career. I never go back to working in other companies or hotel. I just continue working as an English teacher until now. So I developed my career more. I gain more experiences and knowledge, and I know a lot of things how to teach better students. So times goes by, I become more expert on how to teach students, and I know the students what their needs, so I can also change some of my curriculum or teaching method to how to become an effective English teacher. So that's why I keep doing this job. But before, when I was in the Philippines, no, I didn't want to become a teacher. But I just found here, teaching is my passion, because I also love learning. While you're teaching, you're also learning something, right? So that's why I keep doing it until now. It's quite long. But yeah, I enjoy my job anyway. I enjoy my career. What about you, Wang? How about you? Are you still there, Wang?
Yeah, I'm still here. And I think after I work abroad, so I will before I was working in a labor intensive like a factory for the toys. Also, I worked also in a factory in the garment that you have to work like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock p.m. So sometimes 9 p.m. And the first reason I left my first factory before because it worked so late, and they even ask for work through the night, or you get back from factory to your home like at 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. So when you finish work. So also toy factory is better, but also you work long hours. But when I finished working abroad, I get back home. Then I can get a job in a manufacturing machinery company that work less hours. And also at that time, 2004 or 2005, 2005, not many people speak English. Even to make a phone call, they will choose me to translate for them and make a phone call to Europe. And so that feels good. And also, I was like invited to the banquet to have some communication task with some foreigners. But nowadays, lots of people speak English right now. So I just check my I'm working as something like a accountant. I check the bills from subcontractors, and I verify their figures and I process the payment for them. So that's the now job. Or sometimes I will partners in Europe, ask them to repair our machinery once the machinery is overseas, because they go with the vessel. It's a maritime equipment. So we need some overseas help from foreign companies. Then I will write emails and I will make phone calls to them to speed up the process. So that's the job is quite easier and paid much higher than the job I worked before. So there's some change because I worked abroad. Then I had some experience. Yeah, so maybe that's the reason I got that job. So that's it. Thank you.
I can imagine, because I also met some foreigners and they're working the same as your job, and they got a lot of money. I mean, they earn lots of money. They're just checking some emails and making phone calls or meeting some clients and inventories and going to other countries, and they earn lots of money. Easy job. And at the same time, they're traveling other countries, meet new people, make new friends, learn other languages and cultures, which is nice. Good for you, Wang. Okay. How about where are we now? Number 7? Marco?
7. Yes. What are some important factors to consider before accepting a job overseas?
Okay. What about?
Maybe the first factor would be if you like the country where you are moving to. For example, if you are offered a job in Alaska where it is so cold, maybe you have to think twice, because when you are there, maybe there are no people with whom you can do friendship. So it depends. If you are going to a beautiful country, for example, in a beautiful city, then it's worth to accept the job. But if you are going in a place that is not so beautiful, then maybe you shouldn't go. I did this mistake when I was in Germany, because I initially began to work in Berlin. Berlin is a big city in Germany, and it's very beautiful with many restaurants, coffee, and you can make a lot of friends. I had friends, and it was nice to walk around. And then I moved to Leipzig, in this city, and I wasn't working in the city, but I was it was a construction site, and it was isolated. So we couldn't make friends. We couldn't go to the restaurants, and I was there 6 months, and it was really not beautiful.
Very uncomfortable. Yeah, you also have to consider the salary, right? The salary.
Oh, for sure.
Before you accepting that job, if it's quite good, why not? Yes. And also the working.
Yes, because if you earn the same amount of money that you earn in your country,
it's better you stay.
Better that you stay in your country, maybe.
Right? So you have to check the salary as well. At the same time, the working environment, like you said, if it's too cold, if you can stand it or not. And of course, your family. Maybe you might be miss your family, homesick. So you also have to think about it. Yeah. For me, salary. First, I have to check salary first. If I'm satisfied, okay. If not, no. I have to negotiate. If the boss does not accept my suggestion, okay, I look for another job. How about you, Wang? Go ahead.
We'll think about location. Before I think I resigned my job. Then I was looking for a job in the 90s, and then I suddenly there's a job that I can work overseas. So I'm not considering about the salary. I think if I say how much it is, but I wish to go abroad. So it's provide a escape. And my home country, I didn't get a job, so I had a chance to travel. But they gave me two options. One is in Africa, and I have a stereotype for the Africa. I think it's an uncivilized place. I don't want to go.
Africa.
But there's some competition for the Caribbean. I have fishing this job in Caribbean. So but fortunately, I
Your connection is quite
got both
good.
available at that time because
Wang, your connection is unstable.
Okay. Okay. Then I find that when I don't want to go to Africa, but I have a stereotype for the Africa. I think it's uncivilized. Well, then I will choose to go to Caribbean. But many people want to Caribbean. But at that time I'm jobless, so I got the opportunity to go first. That's it.
Okay. As long as you made your good choice, right? Okay, what is next? We only have 8 minutes. Maybe we can go one more question. What is number 8? Can you share a story about someone you know who worked abroad? What was their experience like? How about Miracle? Experience working abroad?
Well, yesterday came a friend of mine to visit me, and he's working now for an American company.
Just little.
So he still works here in Italy, but he often travels to America, and he works always with American people. And he's happy because he earns a good money, so it's a good job for him. So he speaks good English, so he has no problem to communicate. And he's very happy because he has a very good job. And usually American people pay more money in comparison from here, from Italy. So he's very happy.
Yeah, because the value of the money, right? The rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing here. If I use my Korean won to Philippines, yeah, it's better because the rate is quite a little bit different. So if you use your money to the Philippines, you feel like you have lots of money in the Philippines because the value, the exchange rate, and even though it's quite expensive nowadays in the Philippines, but if you're using your money won to Philippines peso, it's better than using only here. Still the same thing in the Philippines. Okay. My daughter. Keep
Excuse me,
asking.
Lina. Me too. I have to go now because I have another meeting.
You have another meeting? Anyway, we
Yeah,
only
yeah.
have 5 minutes left. 5 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe we can finish now.
Yes, I have to go now. I have
go
to
Okay,
because
Wang, how
they
about you,
ring at
Wang?
my door.
Okay, bye-bye
Bye,
then.
Lina. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye also, Wang. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Michael.
We have
Bye-bye.
see you next week.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yes.